when others are fearful. 6 months later, the market began the longest bull run in history. Investors who took Buffett's advice and bought during the panic made fortunes. Investors who panicked and sold at the bottom locked in losses they would spend years trying to recover from. This is not a one-off. It is a pattern Buffett has repeated for 60 years. In every major crash, while others were running for the exits, he was placing the biggest bets of his career. The 1987 Black Monday crash. He bought. The 1990 banking crisis. He bought. The 2001 dot-com bust. He bought. The 2008 financial crisis. He bought. The 2020 COVID crash. He started selectively buying once panic peaked. His logic is brutally simple. Stocks represent ownership in real businesses. The business does not change just because the price chart goes red. A panic does not destroy a company's customers, its products, its earnings power. A panic only destroys the willingness of nervous people to hold the stock. So the stock gets cheap. And cheap is the friend of the patient buyer. Most investors do exactly the opposite. They feel safe buying when prices are at all-time highs. They feel terrified buying after a crash. The crowd buys high and sells low. That is how the average retail investor underperforms the market by several % every year. Buffett's edge is not intelligence. Many people are smart. His edge is emotional discipline. He can buy when his hands are sweating and the news is screaming disaster. He can sit on cash when the crowd is euphoric. That detachment is rare. It is also worth billions. Now here is the uncomfortable part. This advice sounds great in theory. In practice, it is excruciating. Buying when everyone is panicking feels insane. You wonder if you are the fool. Your portfolio drops further the day after you buy. The headlines get worse. Your stomach turns. That is the cost of admission. The investors who succeed are the ones who can override that emotion with a clear head and a long horizon. They know that markets crash and recover. They know that great businesses survive recessions. They know that the lower the price, the higher the future return. So how do you actually do this? 3 steps. First, prepare emotionally before the next crash. Decide right now, in calm conditions, what you will do when the market drops 20, 30, 50%. Write it down. When the moment comes, follow the plan, not the panic. Second, keep cash reserves for opportunities. Buffett always holds cash because he knows the next crash will offer prices the bull market never could. Without cash, you cannot capitalize on fear. With cash, you can. Third, narrow your buy list to companies you would happily own at any price drop. If you cannot stomach owning a stock through a 50% drawdown, you should not own it at any price. Buy only what you would buy more of when it falls. Most people lose money in markets, not because they pick wrong, but because they act wrong. They get greedy at the top and fearful at the bottom. Buffett did the opposite. That is the entire game. Subscribe, and tomorrow we break down a habit so simple, so unglamorous, that nobody believes it could make you rich. Living below your means. The reason a $150 billion man still lives in the same house he bought for $31,500 in 1958.